Hey Virgo, there's a change of plans. I was supposed to go to work today, but I was going to go in late. But my landlord is here doing his yearly inspections, changing filters, and all of that stuff. He said, "I see you burn a lot of incense," because he took the filter out of the doggone AC unit, and it was like, ugh. But anyway, so I just wanted to do a reading for you all. He wants to get a part for the hot water heater. Okay. Um, so you want to see what's in your energy right now, Virgos. What do you need to focus on? I don't know why I'm saying focus, but I started looking as I was shuffling at the eye. Okay. So maybe there's something in your life that you really need to pay attention to, that you really need to focus, to get some clarity and some better understandings about something. Whew, coming into focus. Virgo, you're coming into focus on something. What is it? Queen of Swords. Okay. Are you being approachable? We've spoken on that a few times for you. Um, Communicating objectively with somebody, or you being cold to somebody, like off-putting, Virgo. Judgment. Okay, maybe there's some things that you're judging a little too harshly. Okay, and maybe there's some things you need to judge a little bit more harsh than what you're doing. Okay, and you're not. Some of you aren't being clear about what you want to say, or about what it is that you need to say, what you need to do. You need to be a little bit more surgical, okay? Some of you do need to be a little bit more harsh. It's objective. Your objective is like, well, I know I need to do this. I know I need to focus more on this. I know that there are some things that I need to change, okay? I'm going to give me a chair today too, y'all. This squeaky chair is to get on my last damn nerve. I really am. I'm literally right around the corner from the Goodwill. So I'm going to step in there when my landlord is done so I can get me a damn chair, because this is driving me nuts. But definitely some clarity you need in your life. I want to put this out. Um, Maybe you're judging things and situations a little too harshly. And maybe there's something that you really need to look in the mirror at. To me, that looks like a mirror. Looking in the mirror. Maybe looking in the mirror at yourself. And no, depending on where you are with this message, sometimes maybe you need to go within and say, you know what? I know that's me. I know I need to change some things. I know I need to get my shit together. Okay. I know that I need to get myself together. We have here the Six of Swords, Virgo. Six of Swords is saying that you're trapped, but you need to let this go. It's not, you're feeling like you're trapped in a situation, but you're not. Possibly you're judging yourself too harshly, or you have a mindset that you need to think outside of the box. You have a mindset of thinking like your way is the only way, not always. Okay? Not always. And we got the Knight of Cups. Maybe being about this guy or this person who is in your life. We got the Knight of Cups and we got the Queens. Whoever is on your mind or pops to your head when I say a guy, whether you're a male or a female, that's the person who we're talking about. And this is energy that you need to let go of. Okay. That and if it's not that somebody physically, it's the mindset of what you think about this person. Okay. Because it's like maybe there's some advice here. Maybe you're not giving this person a fair chance to say something or do something, or because you're judging them because of their lifestyle, because of what they're doing, or what they have done with their life. Maybe what they're doing you don't like. Okay, but that's them. That's their life. Can't judge them for what they do, for who they hang around. How it's okay to give somebody your opinion, but everybody don't do it like Virgo. Okay. My daughter does some shit that pisses me off. Okay. But at the end of the day, she's got to grow up. She has to learn from her own mistakes. We got to let people learn from their own mistakes. Okay. So it's okay to give advice. Okay. I'm okay with that. But you can't live somebody's life for them. Just like they can't live their life for you. Virgo, what do you need to do to bring more clarity to your situation, to your state of mind? I feel that somebody is very, very has a one-sided way of thinking. It's like you're so used to being in your own ways. It's hard for you to think differently, about a situation, even though you know that times are changing. You tend to stay stuck in the same mindset, and that's okay, But switch it up a little bit from time to time. Listen to what somebody says, listen to their point of view. Everybody is not going to think the way you do. Everybody's not going to like the same things that you like. Okay. I still can't. My daughter will sit up here and watch SpongeBob. I still can't stand it. I used to think it was, isn't it a piece of cheese? No, I used to think it was a sponge. No, I used to think it was a piece of cheese. Until my daughter told me, SpongeBob, it's a sponge. But anyway, so we have to get outside of thinking something is the norm, how we feel about things. It's like you have a rigid way of thinking about things. And it's kind of hard to turn you into a new direction because your way is your way. But just because your way is your way doesn't mean it's okay for somebody else. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Here we have the Empress, maybe you and your mother had like a relationship that wasn't all that kosher, wasn't all that hot. Okay, maybe you had something with your mother that kind of inhibits the way that you think, okay? Because possibly she had a rigid mindset as well. We have the Six of Pentacles here, okay? So maybe she felt the same way you did, or maybe this is why you feel this, because you're a product of your environment, okay? You thought, well, I'll never be like my mother. I'll never be like my father. Turns out what? Some of your traits are just like your family, because that's how you were raised. Some things you can't change, okay? And we have here the King of Swords. Let's clarify this King of Swords here for Virgo. Yeah, we got you having this rigid mindset, but we have somebody else who you need to think differently. You need to, why do you feel this way? Okay. I want you to be open more. Think how I feel. How it's not always about you, or it's not always about your viewpoint. Everybody has their own viewpoint. Everybody has their way of communicating in a certain way. But you possibly also have a partner who is very, very controlling and cold-hearted, but they told you the truth, something that you needed to hear. And you possibly think that people are a little cold toward you, cold-hearted, and this could be you as well. Just depends on where you fit in with this message. It's like both of you all could be a little bit controlling. Somebody tells the truth, but the other person doesn't want to hear it. My way or no way. So it's like you're meeting people, or you have this person who is growing up to be just like you because they are part of you. So whether you realize it or not, just because you want to tell this person your point of view, they may not always listen, but at the same time, a part of you is going to rub off on them, just like a part of your mother and father rubbed off on you. You may not have liked how they talked to you, how they treated you, the things that they said and did, but you have a little of them in you as well. And it's a battle for you, okay? It's a real, real battle because you're struggling, that those generational curses, you're healing that, but those are some things that you need to work on, those generational curses that kind of inhibit your way of growing. Inhibits your growth for getting to know who you are and for you to be able to focus on everything, that's been going on in your life, everything that you have learned. It's time to bring that into focus, to clear out that energy of thinking that it's my way or no way, okay? Because that's what you're used to. That's what you're used to hearing. That's what you're used to dealing with as well, okay? Virgo, changing your focus, okay? Coming into your own after the way you were, because of what you've been taught, okay? If you had an old school parent like I did, you do what I tell you to do the first time. If I tell you to get up and do this the first time, I'm going to say it one time. And if you don't get up and do it, I'm just going to give you a look. And we all know what that means. All right. Truth. Your truth is not the only truth. Your validation, Virgo, is not the only validation. hearing something about catfish. I don't know if somebody's fishing or somebody had a love of fishing and you missed that with your father or mother. You grew up in the country, suffering in silence. So somebody around you needs to hear the truth, or this could be you needing to hear the truth. There's no need for you to suffer in silence, okay? There's no need for you to take everything in, okay? Discontent and bored with life as well, turning your back on things, trapped in fear. You got a lot of fears here. Some of you don't want to hear the truth, but you're going to triumph with the truth, this sound truth that you need to hear. Some of you all are suffering in silence from childhood issues that you have yet to deal with because you're so afraid that you're going to be like your mother, so afraid that you're going to be like your father. Okay, but you are to an extent, and you probably realize that, which is why you're probably pulling yourself away because you're suffering in silence. Because I don't know, kind of like you're suffering in silence because you tell people things and you mean what you say what you mean, but it tends to hurt a lot of feelings. So, and people pull back from you because of your attitude, because of what you say. They probably think you're very, very harsh. Okay. Very, very cruel to them. And you're not meant to be, that's just the way it is. But you are a product of your environment. You tell it like it is. And sometimes the truth hurts people, including you, because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You're just trying to give them a bit of advice, but you have to find some balance. You have to find balance in the truth to what you say to people. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you probably lost a parent, okay? But you're still thinking like your parents, okay? Because you're a product of your environment. So no matter what issues you had with your parent, you still love them, whether they're here with you or not. But have patience with yourself, because this is a healing process for you. And this is a new beginning for you to start out on another foot, opening up, thinking objectively about what you're about to say. Because like I said, you do what I say the first time, you're not going to have to worry about me being upset. Because our parents are very obstinate. They said what they meant. They said it one time. And if we didn't do what they say, kids these days don't do that. You have to tell them 10 to 15 times to do something and they still don't do it. I've been telling my daughter to clean her room for days. You think she got to do it the first time? Hell no. Financial and material changes are coming your way, and you're going to move on. Okay, you're finding the power in truth, but it's how you say something, not what you say, but how you say it. And you found power in both. Okay, if I say this, like I said the first time, they don't listen. Okay. But finding truth in your words and how you say it, that matters to some people. You have financial changes coming your way, possibly through more money coming into your life, more income. And we have you moving on from a lot of different things, but moving on from the way you speak, from how you say something. And I'm not saying, to back down to people. I don't want you to do that, but there's a way to say something. Okay. There's a way to handle a conversation to not make a person feel more smaller than what they truly are because of what you're saying and how you say. My mother said a lot of shit to me when I was young that I still remember to this day. Okay. Sometimes we say things that will make a person, a child or whoever, remember for the rest of their lives because of how we said it. But yeah, because of how we said it. So we kind of got to be careful. We got to move on from being so critical to the people we love. It's not that we're doing it on purpose. It's just what we used to. And that's our power. Okay. That's our power. Final message for Virgo: bringing clarity into focus because of your childhood trauma, childhood situations, things that you dealt with as a child. And we have hope. You're giving somebody hope for a new day, hope that they can live a better life by the advice that you give them, by what you say, by the words that you say to them. Words matter because you love them and you want to lead them into the right direction. That's all you're trying to do. There's heartache and loss in your life. I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to be like my father. But honestly, you turned out to be just like them, and you can change that. If you feel negative about that, You have the opportunity to change, but that's your choice whether you want it, whether you're willing to change or not. And like I said, Virgo, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I've said some things to my daughter that I realized, oh, I didn't like my mother saying something like that to me, so let me apologize. And I have apologized. But sometimes we need to put people in their place. But, there's a way to say it without hurting somebody's feelings. Okay. Final message. Earthly Virgo. Woo! We got cards that fell. But I'm just going to go child because I talked about children here. We're going to do a child's love. But I have cards that fell all over the floor, but I'm going to focus on this one because this one fell straight up. Okay. A child's love. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our life on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. You love your children. You love the people you're trying to give advice to. I think that we just need to find a different way to say some things because they'll remember what we say for the rest of their lives. Okay?